Ito na ang pinaka-inaabangan ng buong Pilipinas. Nagkita na harap-harapan sila President Bongbong Marcos at ang Presidente ng Amerika na si Joe Biden.
Well, Mr. President, welcome to you and your delegation. I think I woke you up election night. I called you so late to congratulate you, but it's a great victory, and and my best to your wife as well. The relationship between the United States and the Philippines, to state the obvious, has very deep roots. We've had some rocky times, but the fact is it's a critical relationship from our perspective. I hope you feel the same way. And we have strong ties, including millions of Filipino Americans who are very proud of their ancestry and desperately want us to continue to have a strong relationship. And our foundations are strong in the U.S.-Philippine alliance, which is of critical importance. For decades, the alliance has strengthened both of us, I believe. And one of the things I want to talk about today is how we continue to strengthen that and work together on the things that are of greatest concern to you. Today, I look forward to discussing the opportunities for a wide range of issues, including COVID-19 recovery, energy security, renewable energy. I was impressed with the work you did on windmills and a whole range of other things. You and I both think that's the future. We can do a lot. We can do a lot together. I'm desperately interested in making sure we do. In addition, I expect we'll discuss the South China Sea and disputes in critical global throughway. I've spent a lot of time with not only the President of China but others about the international waters and how they have to be respected, and we should talk about that a little bit, I hope. And we're also thank you for your position on the war against Ukraine and by Russia and how it's impacting energy prices and food prices. And we're working very hard to be able to do something about that. And so we want to talk about human rights, talk about a whole range of things, but I mainly am interested to know what's on your mind and how we can continue to strengthen this relationship. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you. We're very happy for the opportunity to meet with you despite the schedules that we both have to deal with.
You came a little further than I did.
The relationship, the 100-plus-year-old relationship between the Philippines and the U.S. continues to evolve as we face the challenges of this new century and the events that we have been watching over the past few months. So we have very much to discuss in terms of redefining, I suppose, in many ways. But the role of the United States in maintaining the peace in our region is something that is much appreciated by all the countries in the regions and the Philippines especially. We feel that we are especially fortunate because we have a very strong foundation of a very long relationship and strong relationships on various facets, not only political, not only diplomatic, but also economic. And of course, there is the very large Filipino population that have chosen to live and make their lives here in the United States and have been very successful. Again, we would like to thank the United States for the massive help that we received during the pandemic with the provision of up to 35, almost 36 million doses of vaccines very early on, ahead of some of the other countries, and for that we are very, very grateful. We continue to look to the United States for that continuing partnership and the maintenance of peace in our region. In terms of the geopolitical issues that we face in this day and age, the primary consideration of the Philippines and the guiding principle of the Philippine foreign policy is to encourage peace. And I hope that we will be able to discuss further the roles that our two countries will play together and individually as we continue down that road, maintaining peace, despite all the complexities that have arisen in the past few months, I suppose. So thank you again, Mr. President, for making time to see us. We are your partners, we are your allies, we are your friends. And in like fashion, we have always considered the United States our partner, our ally, and our friend.
Thank you. It's mutual.
Thank you very much to our ambassador for performing his single job remarkably well. The finance secretary, who is leading the economic team of the Philippines as we go into this new era of the new global economy. Finance Secretary Ben Jokno and the other members of the cabinet who you will be meeting later on. The House Speaker, the Speaker of our House of Representatives, Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez. The similarities in our name are entirely coincidental, by the way. Thank you very much for the welcoming remarks of the Bank of America Executive Vice Chairman of International Corporate and Investment, Mr. James Quigley. All the distinguished guests, the members of our delegation, the members of especially the private sector participants in these briefings, all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. And it is as I walked in, I said, well, this is a very fine start to the day, as we have a completely full house. And for that, I thank you for your continuing interest in the Philippines, which we are touting as, with great confidence, as Asia's fastest rising economic star. The United States and the Philippines have had long, strong, and enduring ties in trade, commerce, development, and in all other aspects of relationships between two sovereign nations. As today, the U.S. is our third largest trading partner and fourth major source of foreign direct investment. As we slowly rebuild the Philippine economy for rapid growth, we have created an even wider space for mutually beneficial investments. The Philippines is a reliable host for international partnerships. The country's favorable business climate is shored up by the sound macroeconomic fundamentals and a clear roadmap for economic recovery and sustained growth. The country is on its way to a strong recovery from the pandemic and a robust, broad-based growth in the next 6 years. In fact, our projected economic performance in the medium term is expected to surpass our regional neighbors. To secure the Philippines' bright economic future, my government will swing the doors even wider for high-value investments from both the domestic and international business communities, with a sharp focus on broad-based job creation, the expansion of digital infrastructure, research, and development. More investments mean higher economic activity and more quality jobs, and then a better life for Filipinos. We have formulated a comprehensive 8-point socio-economic agenda that aims to dramatically cut poverty incidence and elevate the country to upper middle income status. Our socio-economic agenda charts out the government's policy and its different directions that it will use to tackle both near and medium-term priorities. In the near term, we will address the impact of growing inflationary pressures due to rising global prices of key commodities such as food and fuel.
We will ensure domestic food security by boosting local food production and continue the provision of targeted support for sectors most affected by the rise in fuel prices. In the medium term, we will bolster job creation by intensifying investments in infrastructure and human capital development. And certainly, it is important that we exercise fiscal prudence in the fulfillment of this agenda. To this end, we are implementing the country's first ever medium-term fiscal framework. This is a fiscal consolidation strategy that will secure the